Some Prasa employees are planning to hold a one-day march under the banner Fix Our Trains. This is happening this Friday. Murders and injuries on trains are among the concerns raised by unions FEDUSA and UNTU. The embattled rail service has, over the past few months, faced problems, including arson and vandalism. Now, last August, the railway safety regulator decided not to renew Prasa's safety permit due to the safety concerns that had been flagged. Now, employees will be taking their marches to several cities across the country. They are calling for the South African Defence Force to be deployed to safeguard platforms for commuters. This, of course, is what we're hearing coming from the various unions. Here to discuss further with me, I'm joined in studio by Sonja Carstens, Deputy Secretary for United National Transport Union, also known as UNTU. Sonja, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
So then you got your Section 77, is it? And does that mean everyone on Friday is not going to be working? So pretty much there'll be no trains?
If everything works to plan, yes. The Section 77 application allows all South Africans to participate in the planned protest action. So anyone who wants to participate, it will be a protected action.
And by your protest, really, what are you trying to demonstrate here?
Well, we know we're not going to make a difference on Friday, but we've reached the end of the road. After the last few years, UNTU has taken various routes. We've met with 4 previous ministers of transport. We've met with the 4 acting interim boards of Prasa. We've met with the president himself when he was still a deputy president and had a personal audience with him after he was inaugurated as the president of the country to address this life-threatening matter, and still without any resolution in sight. So we're trying to create awareness. Over the past 3 years, we've had numerous incidents where our members, the majority of employees working for Prasa, has been attacked, has been killed, has been raped. And we realize that there's an element of fury amongst commuters. And the reason for that is also because the commuters don't have a voice speaking for them. They are the poorest of the poor. And as you know, trains are the cheapest form of public transport in South Africa. But they are not able to rely on them. It's not safe. And when they do find employment, they often lose employment due to the fact that our trains are not reliable and they keep on
But I mean,
late.
as early as this month, I think it's around the 16th or so of July, the new minister that has come in, Minister Fikile Mbalula, was in Parliament presenting his budget vote. And he pointed out that this issue of the safety of the trains is top priority for his administration. And he promises, in fact, to rope in the police minister to assist in terms of the safety on the trains.
We've got a lot of respect for Minister Mbalula's attempts, but the reality is that the situation has gone too far. And the ministry itself, and that point we were able to prove at NETLAC, won't solve the current situation. We need the Department of Housing, for instance, on board. In KwaZulu-Natal, in Gauteng, in the Western Cape, you've got squatters as near as half a metre from the railway line. That's a real dangerous situation. Yes. So you need someone on the housing side, you need municipalities, you need local government to say, where are we going to find land? Where are we going to move them? To have them in a safe space so that the railway lines can function properly, because we can't move the railway line.
But Sonja, it sounds to me that is the exact approach that the minister is wanting to take. The minister says there is a process that is going to be driven by something that is called a ministerial war room, which is really set to play an oversight role. And my understanding of a ministerial war room, it actually will have all the various ministers from these various departments sitting in one room, seeing how they can coordinate together to kind of get the effect that you're looking for.
without being offensive to the minister, we've had these war rooms, 2 of them, one in Gauteng and one in the Western Cape for about 18 months now. They're not functional. We've had promises by his predecessor, Minister Dr. Blaitman Nzimande, that the signalling system, the modernization of the signalling system would have been done a year ago, July last year. That was the promise made to Parliament in his budget vote last year. There's no sign of it.
So what do you think is making this war room actually ineffective and unable to function?
Well, the minister himself can't pull all the strings together. And while the police are saying up front to Netlak, we're not Prasa security guards. There's no one securing the system. So you can replace the cable and the signal box tonight or today. Yeah. Tonight, it will be vandalized again. That's the reality.
But there are private security companies that are already in place. I mean, it seems to be that there's a real problem here. Because, okay, the police, you're saying they're also not going to be able to do this. The private security companies are there already, and it seems that they are also failing. What's the solution then?
Well, in Mabopane, for instance, the private security company, the office is less than 50 meters from where the cable was taken out of the ground overnight.
Yeah.
They didn't see anything.
Yeah.
The reality is no one is doing anything, and we need to safeguard the current infrastructure to replace it, to modernize it before we can deploy our new urban commuter trains. We've all seen the new beautiful train. It's only running between Pretoria and Pienaarpoort in Pretoria. In Cape Town, it's only running empty as part of a test run. So we want to utilize that. We've got enough of them. They're currently standing in storerooms. We can implement that new trains today, but then the infrastructure must be up to it, and it's not.
Yeah. So what do you think are the effective measures that can be put in place, as you're putting it, to safeguard the rolling stock? I mean, there are new trains being, I mean, he's got a whole rollout plan of new rolling stock that is going to go throughout the country. What are the effective measures that should be put in place?
Well, firstly, it was a mistake to take Prasa away from Transnet back in 2006. And only the president himself can rectify that. So we are asking for Prasa to be merged again with Transnet. Yeah. Transnet has got the infrastructure, they've got the expertise, they've got the money. Nowhere else in the world do you have a commuter rail standing solo and being a profitable organization. They have to belong somewhere, and with goods, it's the commodities that they make more money, and they can subsidize Prasa. They're both state-owned enterprises. So first, we want them merged together. Secondly, we were asking for the South African Defence Force to be deployed to, like any other national asset, like, for instance, our pipelines, like our satellite stations, like the union buildings. We've got soldiers protecting that, safeguarding it, not liaising with commuters. No, that's not their job, but safeguarding the infrastructure.
So you want the visibility of law enforcement agents.
Exactly.
So the minister speaks about something called rail police, especially in the metro rail environment, that could serve in that capacity and reverse this negative impact of rampant crime in our environment.
We've got the current rapid rail police unit. They are not effective. We've got crime intelligence that's supposed to be deployed at the railway lines. We've got a nice sectorial cluster called NAT joints. They are not effective. Whatever they are saying that they are doing, we're not feeling it on ground level, and that's the problem.
So what do you think then is going to be different about the presence of the South African National Defence Force?
Well, obviously the visibility side of it, and they will make it they will enable the police to do proper crime intelligence, to do proper combating of crime, to start arresting people, and then obviously we need to get the judiciary on board, we need to get the National Prosecuting Authority on board. We've got a bill, the Criminal Matters Amendment Bill. Currently, no one stealing a cable is being charged in accordance with that bill, nor are they being sentenced to the minimum sentence of 25 years in accordance with the bill. They are charged for a variety of other charges. So we need a response from the National Prosecuting Authority. Why are you charging someone who steals a battery from a cell phone tower in accordance with the Criminal Matters Amendment Act, but not someone who damages railway infrastructure? And then secondly, on the side of the judiciary, why aren't you implementing the minimum sentence Obviously, we know about the independence of the judiciary, but surely the Act is there to serve as a guideline, and that's not happening.
Are the issues of safety your only concerns that you will be raising on Friday?
The safety issues of our members and of commuters, yes.
Yeah.
And we're asking everyone to join us and participate.
And what are the logistics of this? How is it
We're
working?
going to have 4 marches that will be starting at 10 o'clock, one in Cape Town, one in Durban, one in Johannesburg, and one in Pretoria. And then we will be handing over memorandums. The one in Pretoria, for instance, we will be handing it to the presidency.
And what is then the working relationship with the other unions, FEDUSA, for example?
Well, we've invited COSATU, NACTU, SAFTU, all of them to join us. They did not respond. On the FEDUSA side, our affiliated unions, for instance, Prasa, has already committed to say that they will support. And then we've got a lot of community organizations that came forward to say they are going to support us on the day.
Sonja Carstens, let me thank you for coming through this morning.
Thank you so much for your time.
Sonja, they're representing UNTU, and that's what it looks like. Then on Friday, the trains will not be moving at this point. They obtained their Section 77, which of course allows them to go on that strike. And key amongst those issues, of course, is the issue that they are raising around the safety of our trains. Now, you will remember earlier on this month, the minister making his presentations in Parliament saying the integral part of achieving their turnaround strategy and the compliance in terms of safety would also include having this intervention called the Minister's War Room that is really going to look at those issues of safety, but roping in the police minister as well to make sure that there's visibility, but not only that, there is enforcement at our trains. Well, that's where we're going to leave that one. We'll take a break. When we continue, your reporting continues here on the news feed. This is Newsroom Africa, channel 405. Do stay with us.